meeting to order, and let's have roll call.
Chairperson Agnes Varnarski,
Present.
Commissioner Dana Syverson,
Here.
Commissioner Pete Hahn,
Here.
Commissioner John Conish,
Here.
Commissioner Ed Madden,
Present.
Commissioner Seth Marcus.
Here.
I'm Commissioner Jill Moskow. All commissioners are present and we have a quorum.
Great. Let us have approval of the minutes of the board meeting of February 16th, 2023.
I make the motion that we approve the unbelievably well-crafted minutes by Jill Moskow.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. I would request, if no one has any objections, to add a couple of items to new items. One is we've been invited to speak for the Arlington Heights Rotary Club.
Just no.
Well, okay,
just
whatever.
ask.
Just add. We're gonna add, and yeah, that right, and then Eagle Scout projects.
She's asking to add a new category for a couple of items that didn't make it onto the agenda because they're new.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any objections? If not, we put them in under new business where the annual plan review is. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Objections here.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to old business then. Volunteer work days have been very nicely attended. We were at the SLU this Sunday and we took out of the buckthorn all along Hillside Avenue. It was really spectacular. We had a new group of Boy Scouts that joined us, and that was a lot of fun too. Picked up a lot of garbage all along the way, a lot of garbage everywhere. And our next work day will likely be at Maraba. Anything to add? Say
We've been averaging 21 people every single time. We're short of loppers, short of all kinds of other things. So
we'll talk about that during the budget.
We'll talk about that during the budget.
But we've had just such great turnout, like every time, and even some. It's strange because some of our regular volunteers aren't there during those days, and it fills in with other people, and so it's just really amazing.
And they're returning too. The new ones are returning.
They
Yes.
are. Yes, they are.
Yeah, there's some real synergy there for sure.
Yeah, it's really great. A lot of fun. Really wonderful. All right, let's move on to Prospect Heights Public Library Park District events. Nature Speaks.
Nature Speaks, there's nothing new to report. I just spoke with Sarah Race today, who is anxious to get the bee. There's 2 bee seminars that accompany the bee project at the ComEd Prairie. And one of them is on beeswax, and I don't remember what the other one is about, but they're open workshops, hands-on participation, and that would be in conjunction with a potential Nature Speaks for Grace from the bee company and a presentation on bees. So that's one possibility for the next speaker. I'm looking at a couple of other ones, but otherwise there's nothing new to report. If we do those workshops, it could either be at the Park District or the library. They both expressed interest, so they're sorting it out right now, and hopefully they'll let us know who to do what.
And there's a lot of follow-up too from the Wild Things Conference as far as speakers too, so that should we'll be following up and trying to get speakers from that too.
When is the next one that's actually scheduled?
The next one is
January.
is coming up April 26th. No, I'm sorry. It's April 20th. It's Peter Cairns from Scotland, the
Rewilding of
big
Scotland.
project, Rewilding of Scotland.
Well, as always, if you can send me the stuff a good 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks before is helpful.
Yeah, excuse me. I have everything already. I could send it right after the meeting. It's fine.
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
We'll get press releases done then.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Bird walks have already been scheduled for spring, correct?
Yep, there's nothing new to talk about
Nothing
there.
new, so we already know the date. Um, moving along is projects, boardwalk project,
Um,
signage.
The boardwalk project, I have just about completed the signage for everybody to look at and approve. I should be done tomorrow. Spent pretty much all day on it today. So as soon as they're ready, I'll send them on to you guys, and then you'll get me your input, and then we'll pass it on to Park District and to ComEd for final approval. That's all there is new to report for there right now. I suspect that we'll be talking about planting and cattails and all the rest of that stuff further down the road. Right?
Collinator Park.
It's the grant is basically done, so it's just the continuation of the work that we're doing there, plus the shoreline restoration. March 16th, I believe, is still, no, it can't be, no, wait, hold on. I think March 16th is the date for MWRD to have that 60% completion review of the plan. So when we get confirmation of that happening, certainly I'll attend that and look at what else we can understand about
Location.
how it's going to affect our projects.
What about the, just stepping back a little bit, the boardwalk, the final grant report has been done?
No, it's due March 17th. It's about 90% completed at this point. As soon as it is, it'll go to Christina, and then she'll hit go.
Okay, for the grant report, the final grant report for the boardwalk, okay.
You'll all get a PDF copy of everything that's been submitted before it goes to Christina, so you can all look at it, make sure everybody's comfortable with it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nature Preserve,
You,
oh, well, we'll be there at a work day. The follow, yeah, the next Sunday work day will be the Nature Preserve on the upper section.
I'm sorry, Agnes, can you speak up a little bit? I'm having a hard
So,
time.
the next work day will actually be at the Nature Preserve on the upper section. We've done the lower section, and the upper section just needs a lot of maintenance and cutting out, because really, we haven't been successful in burning the site, so I don't think we should try to burn it. We're just gonna take out a lot of the woodies that are preventing us from burning there. And that's all I have to say about that one, unless anybody else has anything to say.
any other discussion on any of the other projects?
No.
Okay.
Shoreline restoration project status, I think we just discussed that.
Well, we did, but John, when do you think you'll be home so we can take a look at that? And then we're going to decide what it is you want to try to tackle.
I'll be home on Sunday. You know, anytime. I mean, we're not ready to do anything there yet.
No. But with the lead time on everything and trying to get a handle on the costs, I need probably by the end of March to submit everything out for pricing.
Okay, well, we were waiting on the MWRD meeting
Mhm.
on, that's this Monday,
I
correct?
think it's, March 16th is what I was told.
Yeah, so we're gonna find out what their plans are as far as that section on Owen.
Mm-hmm.
And then if that's gonna get in the way of our restoration on that corner, then we'll just push it down to another section. And I mean, like I said before, there's easily plenty of sections we can choose from
Right.
that need a lot of help, so.
Okay.
But
So
we'll have to see what the results of that meeting are.
would you rather not meet and talk about that until after that meeting?
Yeah, well, it doesn't make sense really to talk much about it before we know what they're gonna be doing, so.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we do it after that meeting?
Okay. All right. So maybe,
All right.
17th or 18th.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right, so next is the seed greenhouse program update. So I have not put the plant into the greenhouse yet. And today it's snowing and kind of cold and humid and mucky. So I think I'm gonna do it on Sunday. Usually I do it around the 7th of March, so we're kind of okay. So half of the seeds are gonna go in the greenhouse and half of them are gonna stay outside. So Sunday's the day to put them all in, turn on the heaters and watch them germinate. So in April, we should be transplanting.
If you need help on Sunday, I'm available.
Oh, thank you, Jill.
We did power wash the entire greenhouse and all the shelves, so everything is
Nice and
algae
beautiful,
free, mold free,
clean
clean
and
as a whistle.
ready to go.
Right?
Yeah. And then moving on to spring prescribed burns, which is major topic.
It's a major topic. First of all, I sent you guys all the updates from ComEd Stantec burn of the ComEd Prairie. It was absolutely spectacular. I was out there this morning with Alyssa King, and we were putting down about 12, 15 pounds of prairie seed that we had left over. And I got to tell you, it was one of the most gratifying and wonderful days of being a commissioner, period. To walk around, the burn is so totally, completely black. All the Eurasian grasses that have been thorn in our side for so long are gone. We seeded into the known areas of Eurasian grasses with good seed soil contact. I don't think we're going to get any snow tonight. The idea of
Yeah, we already are a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
doing it today was so that it would be buried down under that snow. It was just a complete and total different result than the first time that they were successful in burning it. They burned crossways. So if you think of when they burned it the first time, they went from
Strips.
Elmhurst Road on back towards Schoenbeck, and they burned it in strips going that way. This time they had a favorable breeze from the south, and they burned from the south to the north, and they ringed it. So they took the trails and used the trails as a fire break, and they would burn one half in a chunk and then the other half in a chunk. And then they worked their way down. They started on the west end and worked to the east.
Yeah, that was
So it was really interesting that the approach was so completely different than what they did the first time.
really great.
But as he said, the conditions were absolutely perfect. The relative humidity dropped to 30%, which is pretty much unheard of, and everything burned. It's just gorgeous.
They even burned by the substation,
Mhm.
a little section over there of the Remnant Prairie.
Remnant Prairie, yeah.
So that's
We
great.
haven't been over to see that, so I have no idea how big it is or
But that's
where.
exciting too. They burned that as well.
Right, so-
And then so our own burns, we need to figure out availability of everybody coming up real soon. I mean, obviously it's snowing right now, so it's not gonna be the next few days, but it's coming up. I think it could be as early as Wednesday. We'll see how everything dries out. We need a strong wind to dry everything out. We need the snow to melt and then everything to dry out. And then the weather to cooperate. So it's pretty much burn season from now on. So
Great.
Those were great pictures too that you, did you get those or whoever took them?
No, Dave,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dave Bart from Stantec took those and sent them on to us. And Linda Wasey, who was kind enough to go out and sort of represent us for the burn, also took some too. So I have hers as well. Shout out to Linda on that one.
Okay. So what is everybody's availability? Like weekends are best, a certain day of the week?
Yeah, Sunday's best for me in the afternoon.
And for me too, weekends are definitely best, but again, on a day-to-day basis, depending on my schedule at work and conditions, I will always try to make time for any of them.
I'm here.
Weekends and Tuesdays are best for me.
Tuesdays, okay.
Usually in the afternoons for me. Hopefully. Afternoon.
Any afternoon?
Usually,
Mm-hmm. What time on?
probably 1.
Okay. Seth, are you going back soon?
I don't have an exact date.
Okay, fine. All right, Seth, maybe. All right, fine. All right, we need to reach out to our other burn crew certified volunteers.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we have, I think, three?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. So we'll reach out, and I'm gonna keep, like, my phone is just on the weather every single day. 3 times a day, I'll be checking and I'll be updating and I'll be sending you emails of like possibilities, which may or may not, come to fruition or what I think. So you're looking at 10-day forecast, 7-day forecast, but really, I mean, you can't tell until like 5 days ahead of the actual day, maybe even 2 days sometimes.
Even if somebody's not burn certified, it doesn't mean that they wouldn't be helpful there.
Oh, of course, yes, to help with putting up the signs, to help with resident concerns, absolutely. Scouting, yeah, all that, absolutely. Okay, so we'll see what happens. All right, so let's move on to new business, annual plan review.
Okay, there's nothing really to discuss. I didn't get any further than what I gave you. As soon as the signs are done, that's the next thing on my agenda, is to finish that plan off. So I apologize. There's just too much going on.
Well, when you're, Dana, when you're retired, you'll have more time.
Right. So what we'd like to insert there is a couple of topics. First of all, at the workday, we spoke with the scout master who was there with these guys. And we also spoke with the guy from the troop in Chicago. They're all looking for Eagle Scout projects. Two of the guys who were there on Sunday are in desperate need of finding an Eagle Scout project because of how they time out. I guess you go from one issue to another, and then there's only so much time and for you to complete your Eagle Scout project. So if any of you have any brilliant ideas about an Eagle Scout project, please let us know, chime in. They're totally available and willing, strapping young men to get this done.
I mean, there's potentially, it could be like 4 Eagle Scout projects.
4 Eagle Scout projects easily.
Mm-hmm. So
Would sections of our shoreline restoration qualify as an Eagle Scout project? Or, I mean, we've already kind of tagged that and done that and got the grants and all that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know whether that would work or not. I mean, I think that his timeline, 2 of the guys, I think their timeline is quicker than midsummer, but I don't know.
maybe it could be tied into something next to the shoreline, incorporating the shoreline restoration, but also something added to that so that it, so that they participate in the shoreline restoration part, but then also something new and fresh.
Dana and Agnes, what about the stepping stones at Nature Preserve? Because it's always, especially Pete's concerned about the water and the erosion and the instability of those stones, because that was initially an Eagle Scout project.
Mm-hmm.
Could we task them with something with that? I don't know, Pete, you want to add to that?
Yeah, they are an issue. Yeah, that whole creek would be a nice little project to clean up, and I don't do a lot of maintenance on it. I don't know if that would qualify.
Right.
Well, if I can give you some insights into those Eagle Scout projects, they're actually designed to be a leadership project. And so it's more about the scout getting experience leading a team doing something of benefit to the general community. So something like cleaning up the creek is something that would be applicable, because then it's up to that scout to, okay, figure out how are we going to get the people there, what tools are going to be needed, resources. And there are certainly a lot of things that we can do to help them, but it's really kind of them taking that on and coming up with a plan so we can help and advise, but it's really more about the thing. So like even the scout themselves, it's not so much about them doing all this work to get it done. it's about leading a team to get things, to get a project accomplished. But I can tell you what, I've seen Eagle Scout projects where they spent an afternoon just pulling garlic mustard. And if you ask me, that's a pretty lame one, but though it qualified. And so if there's something that could be, cleaning up that creek, say from, what's it, Pine Street to Maple, yeah, it's about them, a team together and doing it over a weekend or sometimes 2 weekends. So yeah, things like that can. The things that wouldn't fit would be like them coming to clear the buckthorn, all that buckthorn I have in my backyard. But anything that benefits the community that requires them to organize a plan and execute it typically gets approved for those.
Okay.
I like the garlic mustard idea. I mean, we don't have that many.
We don't have it.
We don't
No,
have
I
that
don't know
many
if to
garlic
make a
mustard.
project,
The problem with that was the problem with that, sorry, Jill, is just that it was a very temporary benefit. So it cleared it out, but then nothing happened, so it just came back again. So that, again, cleaning the creek might be a similar concept, except for, that's something that, the bulk of that work can be done that makes it easier for the commission to keep up on it afterwards. So, but yeah, all of those things, it's not so much what it is, just has to be a leadership project that benefits the community.
And that with that leadership stuff, I talked to the kids about that. And they're not allowed to demonstrate anything to their people they're leading. I mean, and I wanted to talk to some of the scout leaders about that, because to me, a good leader leads by example, and a lot of these guys, aren't really doing that. And sometimes these projects turn out to be our projects, and they're the guys running around doing it. So I'd like to see these projects, like the garlic mustard. No way. I mean, yeah, we need the help to do that, but is that really a leadership Eagle Scout worthy project? Not in my opinion. You guys might feel different. So I'd like to maybe put our minds to it and come up with some good projects. I mean, that boardwalk was an incredible project.
It was.
The nature preserve at Morava was an incredible project. And the leadership that some of those kids showed for those was really impressive.
It was.
A little less so with some of the other projects we've seen. So we gotta keep a little higher standard if we can, and come up with some maybe some good ideas that they can do. I'll certainly put my head to it to try to think of something.
Okay.
Okay.
So something that could be an idea, like the, I forget what we would call that, the solitude garden that's right by the
Meditation garden.
meditation garden. So something like that could like be an add-on to one of our areas would definitely qualify, and I would say would have definite benefit, because that's going to be there a long time.
I have an idea that on the slough property, on the area very close to Elmhurst Road, the path that parallels Elmhurst Road and goes to the stream, there's a lot of concrete there, a lot of chunks of concrete. And it would be great to clean that up. And especially you talked about strong, strapping young men. I mean, it would take a lot of muscle to do that. So it's something that, with a bunch of muscle, if they could get a bunch of those chunks of concrete, it would be nice.
The other idea that I had too, when I'm at the preserve, I walk on the sidewalk by the storyboards, and then I go up that little hill to meet the trail, and then you have the Park District's pile there where they put all the branches and stuff for chipping. And I was there recently, and I thought, as I come up that hill, that's not really a very pretty site. There wasn't really any brush there, but it doesn't really give a nice impression leading to the trail. So I was just wondering if that area could be reconfigured somehow. I don't know, delineated or just giving it a nicer appearance. It's kind of like how they say, you know, make sure that your front door and your porch of your house, everything looks nice and tidy. It doesn't look tidy, and I thought, does anyone even know where the path is?
Mm.
Just my opinion.
And then if I can just add, I agree with John that we shouldn't have these lane projects, but the boardwalk and the stepping stones, those were exceptional.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that those two scouts set the bar so high. Others aren't just, it's just not going to be really, really plausible for many to have those types of projects. So again, I'm not saying, go just have a general cleanup or something, but there are some things like that could still benefit us that, will still help the scouts to get those projects done.
Okay. Let's really, really put our thinking caps on, I think. Yeah. And I wrote down everything that everybody said, so I'm gonna also just completely think about it. Yeah.
The next item then, if there's no further discussion on that one, just everybody put on your thinking caps, and if you get any ideas, shoot them along. I heard from Chris Wood today, and he's asking if it's possible for the NRC to give a presentation on us and what we do and our projects to the Arlington Heights Rotary Club. Since it'll probably come back to one of us or both of us, or maybe Seth or John. We said, yeah, we would do that. So time, date, all the rest of that stuff, we don't know. It'll be whenever. I'm sure we can use a canned presentation that we've already done. So that's all that's new that needs to be discussed there. Okay. Any questions?
Okay. No.
Okay. So next is summer interns, both for the NRC and District 13.
Okay, so we interviewed, and Seth was part of this. We interviewed 2 candidates for the summer position, Lucas Bernardi and Abby Gonzalez. Both were really good interviews. One was better than the other one. We're going to be meeting in person next Tuesday, the 14th, with Abby. She's going to come out and view the site and talk to us a little bit more about it. And then so far we have no other applications. We have, again, the information is on our website. It's also on the Chicago Wilderness job market, and it's on the Chicago Environmental Network job market as well. So looking at the listings that are out there, most of the places are paying way more than we are. And same conversation as we had, a long time ago, but we're okay at that. Yeah.
But Abby was just really wonderful, and I think we should, probably just approve. I know that you all haven't had a chance to meet her, but we already have funding for one intern, and I think we should probably snap her up.
Yeah, I think Seth would agree with that, and I would certainly agree with that too. So, pending the.
I'm in a meeting right now, guys. I didn't know.
Pending the in-person visit, that would be the intention, is to hire her.
That's fine by me. I trust your opinion. And I liked her resume too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really great.
District, I'm sorry, any other questions or comments about
Just
that?
want to second Joe's comments.
Okay. Thanks, Ed.
Seth, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think the sooner we offer it, the better, because as you say, we don't want to lose her.
Okay.
Okay. Then we will intend to do that on the 14th.
And we'll never be able to compete with other internships that pay more, but there is so much more that our internship offers in intangibles.
Yeah.
That in terms of stress, you may be doing it anyways in the interviews, really stressing those, but it's more than just the money and so much more. But They need to know about it. Again, anybody that's just looking for the dollars probably weren't going to be great candidates for us anyways.
Yeah, I mean, if it was
Yeah.
all about the dollars, you'd go work at Target because you make more. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, no, but it is really. I do believe that they get really inspired and that they learn a lot, and we've heard that from every single one of them that has left, that they have learned just invaluable things that they couldn't have learned in the classroom, and that they're so excited to know their plants. And just even when we were at Wild Things Conference, we ran into Robin Flackney. I don't know if you know, she's the head of natural resources for Glenview. And so she is also a teacher and a professor for Northeastern Illinois University. And she happens to be a teacher for Eric Rivas, our former intern. And so he loves her as a teacher. And, there's this connection, of course, and Glenview and Robin. But he at Wild Things, she came up to us and she said, he just can't stop talking about you guys and what a difference you made and how he just loved the internship and how it taught him so much. And that was really, really great.
Yeah, it was really good feedback, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
But Evie's the same way, and
Oh, yeah.
Eric has actually parlayed that into John. Okay, no problem. Eric has talked to his major professor there at Northeastern, and they are now referring what they think are qualified candidates to us to apply for the internship. Lucas Bernardi is one of those students. Eric actually brought him to Wild Things and introduced us to him. So we met him in person.
And it was sweet because Eric was volunteering at Wild Things with
Yeah.
his girlfriend. That was really nice too.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to District
Yeah,
214.
Just quickly before you move on, I don't know if you're able to edit those listings, but if you can, and if you don't have them already, I would encourage you to add a few quotes from the previous interns that really, kind of encapsulate, those other intangibles, and just how they better to hear it from a fellow student than just us.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we should take a look at our listing.
Well,
again.
we rewrote the listing for this year. The listing is on our website, so if you click on the homepage, there's a link there to the internship, and it takes you right to the listing. That's the same listing that's everywhere. What we do with people who actually send us a resume, I send them links to the publications page with all of the months that have journal articles that are either written by or about the interns. So you can look at 6 years of internships and read all their comments and everything. And it gives everybody a really good flavor of what this internship is all about. So that's what we do, but only, when somebody has made contact
Right.
but no, there's nothing like that with quotes or comments in the actual job description.
Yeah.
Um,
District 214.
District 214. So Catherine Witt from District 214 has reached out to us. They have 3 potential interns that would be
We've already talked about this.
high school students.
One has reached out to us, one we've spoken on over the phone with, and she's very interested. And then the other 2 we really haven't had any contact with. So we are going to see if we can initiate that and ideally have them all come at the same time and do that. So it's going to be 3 to 5 hours a week.
And the options are either a 30 or a 60-hour internship. And so far,
Ava has chosen the 30
Ava
hour.
has chosen the 30-hour. We talked to her at length, and she's, again, just a very delightful person, really hungry to learn and know more about environmental restoration. So,
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
see how the rest of it
We'll
goes.
update as soon as any new information comes along. Okay, moving along. Earth Week. Jill, any ideas for Earth Week?
Peter Cairns is the only thing we have booked right now for
Right.
Earth Week.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to review our notes from our last meeting because we kind of came up with a definitive plan based on previous years and attendance and so forth.
Mhm. What we're calling Earth Week is the week of the 16th through the 22nd. 22nd is actually Earth Day. Peter Cairns is on the 20th. We have Wheeling High School students here.
Oh, yeah, on the 19th.
On the 19th for a tour as part of, it can be part of Earth Day. We decided last time that
We do have a work day on the 16th too.
a work day on the 16th, so that will be part of the festivities. But we decided last time that we weren't going to do tours anymore because
Right.
nobody
The show,
shows
yeah.
up. So
So we have the 16th is a volunteer work day. We have 19th, the Wheeling High School students are here. We have 20th, which is our Nature Speaks. And then Earth Day is the 22nd of, Saturday, which we don't really have anything for that day, but it's a Saturday. So I mean, if you want to add something or.
if anybody's got any ideas or anything they want to promote or add to it, let us know. But otherwise, I think we just go with those 3 events.
Yeah. No comments, questions. Community Day, June 3rd.
The only thing that I think of is on that Saturday, potentially having like an open house at the boardwalk. Just, like a general, come on out if you haven't been here yet. I don't-
We'll still be doing transplanting, won't we?
Yes. At that point, we will be doing transplanting, definitely.
We could, excuse me for interrupting you, Ed, have that Saturday as a special transplanting day too, especially if the weather's fine.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then we could offer potluck food or something, all of us pitch in. Get
Yeah.
Monty to do maybe some beef brisket or something.
Yeah, and have an open house of the boardwalk at the same time, yeah? Something to consider. I'd have to take the day off, but, it's Earth Day, worth it.
We'll twist your arm, Agnes.
Okay.
When do ospreys make their nests? Does anybody know?
I don't know, right around that time, I think.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe we should have an Osprey Education and Celebration Day.
Ooh,
And depending on your schedule, Agnes, you can also do something for the afternoon where if you're, I don't know if you work a full day on Saturday, but that's a potential idea too.
Yeah.
yeah, usually I get home at 3. But I'm already, this is so exciting, hearing all these fun ideas that I think I'm already taking the day off. So,
It's your national holiday.
yeah, I think that's,
John isn't here, but we could have John dress up as an osprey.
There
that's
you go.
true.
There you
Yeah, right.
go. Absolutely.
Yeah,
could have- We can have all sorts of educational stuff about, ospreys and what they eat and how many chicks they have and all sorts of stuff, all sorts of.
we could make a day of it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
John, you've been saddled.
Yeah, no, but let's try to make something really fun on the 22nd then for Earth Day. Yeah,
Okay,
Nice.
I like that idea.
nice fun day
I'll
event, community
capitulate.
event, and some transplanting and some wonderful and an open house for the boardwalk and Osprey Education Day and John Dredd stuff as an Osprey.
That's something like Osprey's Gone Wild.
Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's totally do that. Great.
Okay,
Community Day, June 3rd.
June 3rd, 9 to 12. Anybody interested or available to help? It usually ends up me and Jill, which is
I'm
okay.
in.
But Jill and I are
I'm
both in. Agnes works, so anybody who's around and can help out, that'd be great. Same goes for the block party, which
The
is
Black Party.
block party was moved up this year to the 17th of June, so it's like 2 weeks later. And it's from starts at 3:00 and goes till they said 7, but if you want to stay till 11, you can. So it's up to us. That's our big plant giveaway thing. So more of the same fun and games.
Yeah. One of my favorite events. So definitely be there.
hmm It's unfortunate John's not here to talk about the Independence Day
Right.
parade, but I think it'll just be bigger and better.
Yeah.
One of the questions I have for everybody is, do you see any benefit in doing the Arlington Heights Parade again? And if so, we want to get an application into them to participate.
Dana, just to back up a little bit, the Independence Day Parade, I believe, is Saturday, July 1st.
Ours?
I don't think it's on the 4th.
No, it is on the 1st, yeah. It's on,
Yeah, July 1st, 9:30.
yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, I would say with all the work that goes into that, I mean, it'd be a shame to have it just at, the Prospect Heights one. I mean, the exposure that we got in Arlington Heights was incredible, and granted, it's another town, but, we're,
It doesn't matter. It's like,
right, it's a
how
regional,
does a bird know if he's in Prospect Heights or Arlington Heights? He doesn't.
exactly. So,
Okay, so I think that the sentiment is do Arlington Heights if we can get in. Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know John has ideas to make it bigger and better.
Yeah.
And
I
so
don't know if it's a surprise or not, so we may not.
I don't know. I don't know what he's got in mind. So.
I heard a little something about,
Well, don't tell anybody.
okay, I won't tell you. But it'll be even better.
Okay, move on.
NRC budget and treasurer report. And
Okay, so we have, I want to
Yeah.
talk about, I
we have
sent
things to talk about here.
you guys, I mean, if you look at the budget numbers that we sent out, we still have
$2,032.
$2,032. And the proposal that I just sent everybody
We need some
comes to
supplies.
roughly $1,524, and that's without shipping or tax. Of course, we don't pay tax, but shipping, that's going to be real close to bottoming out the budget. But these are things that are desperately needed, especially the loppers.
Yeah, last
We
time
have
had
a
like one or
major
two.
lopper shortage because so many people are showing up.
Yeah. Although lopper time is almost over, and truth be told, and maybe, I mean, I didn't realize it had come out to that much,
Well, that's
I'm happy to supplement of my own funds, to get
No.
some of those supplies, so we don't have a zero in our budget.
we're coming up to the end of our fiscal year, so we have to spend
But we
money
still need
anyway,
soil.
and we still need soil.
well, you're going to need the loppers regardless, even if not in the immediate moment.
Mhm.
Yeah. But also, yeah, I mean, we need Garland, so that's herbicide, the Garland. We need backpack sprayers, 2 of them. I suppose that could wait until the budget, if the budget gets approved before the interns start. We absolutely 100% need those inserts for transplanting. They're like 7 cents. They're cheap, but they're basically $272 for 22,000 plants worth of inserts.
No, they're $247.
$247.24 for 27,000 plant inserts, basically. So anything that we need for the growing season. But then also, with the Comet Prairie being burned, that's, I think, the major one. And I think, we haven't budgeted for that, but we have so many donations that I think that it would be really appropriate to put down seed in the prairie. I mean, we can get 25 pounds for, $523 of really good, high quality seed. And
And it's all pure live seed.
it's
isn't
pure
it?
live seed. So,
No
when you
cap.
have, so like when we count our seed, it's usually like, I don't know, could be 10% or 20% seed, depending on how we clean it. And so Ohio spiderwort, when we count out 9 ounces, it's a big lunch bag full, but it's all chaff and everything, I mean, this is like pure, completely clean seed. I mean, it's a lot of seed.
So do we need an official proposal to spend the money? Like, can I
Yes.
put forth a proposal that the seeds cost that was presented to us, as well as the most recent email from Dana for other supplies, I would propose that we use the money available to us to pay for those things.
I
I
would.
second that.
All
Okay,
right.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right, then let's get all of that. And
All right, so I will submit that to Peter Falcone tomorrow.
then whatever money we have left over, maybe we could use for soil. Then if we run out, then we can just, I can augment the soil. I can buy a little bit more soil.
Okay,
Okay.
any questions about the budget numbers, that you received? And
No.
No,
they're-
but Dana, I still cannot find my budget. Can you resend it to me, please?
I will say, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll resend, there you go. Turnabout's fair play. Okay,
Okay.
Jill,
Yeah, send that to Jill. And then city civic meetings and patient RC representation, Jill.
Sure. For the February city council meetings, there was really nothing of significance pertaining to this commission to report. And the Prospect Heights Park District Board meeting of February 28th was canceled. It's not rescheduled. Their next meeting is March 28th.
Okay. All right.
also, I would, like to add at this point, Monday night, is the 13th, and Monday the 13th is the budget meeting at City Hall.
Oh, right.
We are in that, and Joe Wade has suggested that we attend to answer questions, should there be any.
Mhm.
I will definitely plan on going, so if anybody else
I'll
is
be there.
available, I think it'd be nice to
I'll
have
be
a
there.
big show of support, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So the 13th. All right.
What time is that?
Yeah.
6:30.
6:30.
It's actually at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Oh.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay.
As we speak, I just got a text message from a scout named Simon Siegel, who's looking for a
Well, Scout, right?
Eagle Scout project. So
Oh. Okay, so thinking caps on, everybody. We're gonna need to yeah, think of a few because I think we can. All right. Okay. Anybody have any announcements to the public? Seth? No, nothing. Okay, and no visitors. So I think let's.
Could I go
Yes.
back to the Morava workday?
Yeah.
There's a lot of blackberries or raspberries, and we were talking about maybe cutting them. I don't know how they grow, but I really enjoy eating them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're invasive or if they're a problem, but they're kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So I don't know if someone would look up how to maintain them, because they are good.
Yeah, no, they're native. They are. We can leave like a nice little brush. The thing is that they're very aggressive. They're not invasive, and normally if an area burns, it would leave a little, a little patch of that, and then the other area would be clear. But this is just taken over so much that it's really, maybe we could just leave a nice patch of that.
It seems like it's spreading, which is, I kind of like it. And the wildlife too, I would imagine.
Oh yeah,
It's,
it outcompetes other things too.
yeah, they're delicious.
They are delicious.
When you're
You have
walking
the
through
slough.
there
At the
working.
slough, we have so many of those, and we haven't really. Yeah, so let's leave a huge patch of it at Morava, and just
Okay.
leave it there. But the thing with those too, also when we cut them, I don't ever herbicide them,
No,
so they come back. The thing that really sets them back naturally is fire. Yeah.
and we won't be burning it.
And we won't be burning it, so don't worry. There'll be more than enough of them for
Yeah.
everybody. Raspberries and blackberries and everything else. And
Okay.
food at Morava, everywhere else. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I make the motion, then if there's no further conversation, we adjourn.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.